Today's going to be so much fun, I guarantee it.
Yes, you know, this is going to be fun.
Fall is here! Fall is here! Give me the fall!
Fall is here, and Jerry O'Connell is here. He's an actor, a talk show host, new host of Pictionary.
You picked great words! You did it! You picked great words!
And even with all of that, listen, give it a shot. You might slide in his DMs.
Text me something, just like, I heard you on the Pulse, and I just wanted to say, hey, this is a photo of me.
Guys, welcome back to The Pulse. And you know what we do every week. We're bringing in fun people, getting to know them, having some time and kind of exploring different experiences. I also feel like lately it's been an opportunity to get to know some of my Fox family. Jerry O'Connell, I guess it's okay to call you Fox family.
I'm Fox family, yeah.
It's good stuff. We appreciate you coming into The Pulse.
I love being here. I mean, any excuse to come to Philly. It's I'm just a fan of this city. I'm a man of a particular age, and there was a musician named G Love and Special Sauce.
I went to school with him.
You're kidding me.
I went to school with Garrett. G Love.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was my introduction into Philly, really. Coming here in college, I went to college in New York, and coming here for G Love shows. Okay. And then in my 20s, Philadelphia became the place where all my hipster friends moved, you know? And so I'd come here. I briefly dated someone who lived in Philly. I just have a warm, just Philly is just, it's, I get a brotherly feeling when I come here.
You just reminded me. Now I got to reach out to G Love. We got to get him on the show too.
Man, I keep him on heavy rotation all the time. I'm a huge G Love fan. I mean, seen him in concert numerous times.
You got me laughing because I remember, and I'm not going to go too far off on the G Love story, but I'd imagine this might have been part of your experience when, as a young person, you broke into Hollywood. So I remember all these people who knew and know Garrett. G Love. The second his song came out, everybody was his first girlfriend, you know, or everybody was the person who used to hang out with him.
Right.
Sitting there, everyone was like, and I remember when he tore the talent show up and I was in the front row.
Right.
Did you get that? Like, you're in movies and stuff and people are like, he used to hang out with me.
Well, actually, I was Garrett's first boyfriend.
Okay.
That's a joke, everyone. I'm making a joke. I started off as a child actor. I was in Stand By Me.
Yeah.
I was one of those boys in Stand By Me. And fame didn't hit me, you know. I wasn't famous. I was in public school in New York. And I think because Stand By Me was a little bit of a mature movie, I was in the 7th grade when Stand By Me came out. My friends weren't seeing that. They were, what was a big movie when I was growing up? Beat Street, Crush Groove, The Last Dragon, Rambo. I wasn't in those movies, so my friends didn't know I was in a movie.
Really?
It wasn't until I went to college that people were like, man, that movie Stand By Me was really good. And I sort of saw people knowing who I was based on things I'd been in.
That's so, it's crazy because you always think, those of us who are not in that position, always feel like you're in Stand By Me, instant fame, life changes, everything. And that wasn't necessarily your immediate experience.
You know, it was for my other co-stars in Stand By Me. River Phoenix, God rest his soul, immediately became internationally famous. And it didn't for me, and it's funny. It's why I just I have this show Pictionary that's out, and people are like, "You did it, you made it." You know, like you have a game show. This is great, and I just don't even really think about it because I think when Stand By Me came out and it was such a hit, nothing changed in my life. I mean, literally, like, I took the subway to school. I dealt with the same things all teenage kids deal with. I know I'm coming off sounding really depressed and morbid right now. I just find it's best to have no expectations at all. My life didn't change at all. And still to this day, it hasn't changed. I mean...
But it's changed.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I am...
You're kind of successful.
I think it got me... I'm very fortunate to be married to my wife, Rebecca Romaine, beautiful, famous actress, model. Maybe all of it had something to do with snagging her. But yeah, I just have no expectations. Somebody said to me at work, like, man, you must get some crazy DMs. And so there's like if you go into DMs on Instagram, there's like your friends that you follow, you can DM, but then you go into I think it's called
like
all requests,
yeah.
all requests. And so I went in there and I was like, let me see if anybody's trying to get in touch with me here. And no one is sending me graphic DMs. So listen, I want to use your platform here to say,
you request them?
If you want to send me something where you're showing interest in me, do it.
This goes viral. Now it's going to be like
just
on
do it.
This show.
Look,
we're trying to break up.
I'm married. I am married.
You're married to
I would
model.
never a supermodel. I would never write back like, "Oh, you look so hot" to a stranger. I wouldn't write that.
I mean, you're married to a model.
But I just I want to have that option. Like I want somebody could text me something, just like. Hey,
let's move on.
I heard you on the Pulse, and I just wanted to say, hey, this is a photo of me.
And now it's very private because we're not saying all this on TV, so people can go reach out. So the supermodel wife's never going to find out about.
So getting back to your original question, it took me a long time to get here, but no, I have not. It just never happened for me.
Change like that?
Yeah, it never changed like that.
But it did happen for you. So you've had tremendous levels of success in various different fields. But it's interesting that you say that because and you've been here to Fox 29 several times, and
by the way, with television shows that did not get picked up. So this is the time I'm coming to Fox 29 with a show that actually got picked up. So it took me 4 or 5 times of coming to Fox 29 to have a show that actually made it to first season.
Flowers don't do it for me. All right, well, screw the flowers.
Flowers for
I didn't realize you were getting them for me. Oh, thank you. Oh, I love my fans.
Everyone, when you're here, the comment when you leave, and I don't know if you know this, is they're like, wow, he's just cool. Like he's just a good dude. And there's people here in the studio right now off camera, and everyone just kind of shakes their hands. And we've had some people who come in equally cool, but full on entourage and the makeup people traveling with them. And, everybody's been very nice to us. You just roll in. Like you walked with our EP to go get coffee down the street.
I don't know. The way I conduct myself is I like to be a little hands-on. And when you come into situations, I think it's best to see for yourself and see what the vibe is. But I just have a respect for everybody who works here. You do things well here.
You should know, and I don't know how often people say that, but at least around here, that's really appreciated, because a lot of people, we see you on camera, we see what you do, and we love the movies and the shows and all that success. But a lot of people, and what I enjoy about this show is you get to talk to people and kind of hear who they are really as people. A lot of people don't get to see that you're just sitting here chilling, or you're walking up and down the street, you're approachable, and that's your reputation in the industry too. That's kind of who you are, something you embrace, something you're proud of.
I've just always been that way ever since I was a kid. It's funny. I think when you have children, you think about it because you kind of see yourself in your kids. And I have 2 daughters, and one is oh man, I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this, but one is a lot like me, and one is a lot like my wife.
Okay.
And the one who's like me doesn't shut up, talks to everybody, wants to know everything, which is kind of what I do. Like, you could talk to some people here at Fox 29 and they could say, wow, that Jerry O'Connell was really annoying. He was walking around our studio like thinking he just knew everybody. He doesn't. I don't know him. Now I have another daughter who's a little more like my wife, who really only speaks when spoken to, and is cool. We'll sit to the side and look at everyone. And by the way, that's a very attractive quality. It's what I love about my wife. Is my wife is like this elusive sort of like elusive being that you like have to like. It's like a cat, you know? It's like, you know, you have a cat and you can't run up to a cat and be like, hey, come here, you cat. Oh, I love cats. Like cats are like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'll come see you when I'm ready.
I don't know that I've ever heard somebody describe their supermodel wife as an elusive cat. It makes sense.
I love cats. And by the way, I love cats. We have so many cats. Oh man,
my dude. Like
do you have a cat?
I have a cat.
Oh God,
we're Eagles backup quarterback. My cat,
Nick Foles.
And he's just like that.
Yeah, I love him. Can you believe a couple cat daddies? Just you and I sitting up here. Look at this, a couple cat daddies.
Right? Pictionary. We got to talk about Pictionary.
Sure.
Pictionary here on Fox. We're also on FOXSOUL nationally, so people in all the markets can see Pictionary. That just looks like fun.
You know, it really is. I had never hosted a game show, and I couldn't believe at first how difficult it was. And I'm not even making a joke. There are like rules, and you have to abide by them. It's actually a legal like thing. And I couldn't believe when I got the gig for Pictionary, I thought, man, this is going to be so easy. I play board games. Like,
right? How hard can this be?
This is going to be the easiest money I've ever made. I'm going to do this with my eyes closed. And that first day that we hosted a few television shows, I called up my wife on the way home and I went, I think I'm going to get fired. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm going to get fired from this job. I did get better, but it really made me have a complete appreciation for Steve Harvey, who is the master of hosting a game show.
Now, it does seem like you're just effortlessly talking to the people who were there, having some fun. Like you're in your living room playing Pictionary.
I look for people who are bosses and are highly successful, and I immediately drop everything and go, what do you want me to do? I think also that comes from acting as well, because I'm directable. Like you can direct me.
Next up, Jerry O'Connell is an established actor, but he found out plans change.
I remember driving home from the studio and being like, I can't believe I'm going to have a talk show agent. Like that wasn't part of my plan.
Yes! Okay, guys, we got a lot. We got a lot today.
Sherry Shepherd was here not that long ago.
Awesome.
And she was talking about her show and all the different people she talked to who gave her, sort of ideas or inspiration, and she's taking it and embracing it.
I watched her show when she said Oprah called her. That was really funny.
What's next?
I do a daily show called The Talk. It's on CBS. It was a big deal for me to get that job. It's a daily show. I've never come to work every day the same place in my career. I mean, I'm like a contractor. I go to where the gigs are. So it's so funny to come every day and do a daily show.
One of my mentors told me that doing a talk show, and I used to do talk radio, and now we started doing this, and they said it's like being a hockey goalie because you never know what's coming at you, and you have to be prepared to deal with everything coming from 1,000 different directions, and then play the next game also. I
was acting for years. Mm-hmm. I never thought I would be hosting stuff. It just wasn't. It wasn't in the cards. When Wendy Williams, who was formerly on Fox, would call out, I would sub for her in the beginning, before people really started to sub for Wendy. And that was a real learning experience. And that's when I actually, like, an agent came up to me and said, hey, I'm an agent that works with talk show hosts. I should be your talk show host agent. And
You're like,
I was like,
talk show host agent?
well, I was like, no, I'm just doing this as like an aside. I'm an actor. I don't need a talk show host agent because I'm just doing this as a favor to Wendy. And they said, no, you need a talk show host agent because this is something that you're probably going to do for the next few years. And I remember driving home from the studio and being like, I can't believe I'm going to have a talk show agent. Like, that wasn't part of my plan. I had no control over this.
You know what the most painful part of that story just was to me? I don't have a talk show host agent. And I respect everything you just said. And I'm
by the way,
listening. You're like, this guy just came up to me and said, I should be your talk show host
by the way,
agent.
he's since left me. He's since dropped me as a client. So
Really?
yeah, don't be
good?
don't be too jealous. He's a very nice guy.
All right, well,
I
then-
still talk to him. He just moved on to bigger and better things.
Loosening up, Amanda. I like it. Staying loose, going with the flow.
Staying light.
Sketch.
Yogurt. A cat. A kitten. Kitten.
Kitten's correct for 200 points.
People who want to follow in your footsteps, is there kind of set advice for them or just go with it?
You know, back in my day, you had to move to LA if you wanted to work in entertainment, in TV, and you don't have to do it anymore. There's opportunities everywhere now on local levels, on streaming levels. It's just everywhere. So I would suggest getting into it by any means necessary. Yeah. You know, there are opportunities there, and also never stop doing it. Never stop following your dream. You know, I've been through years of unemployment, and I was like, is this really, you know, I'm fortunate enough to have a spouse who makes a pretty good living. So those down years were...
The guy is married to a supermodel.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying that the down years, I didn't have to stop being in the entertainment industry. And also, if you get married, stay married. It's so much easier to just stay married. It's not always the easiest being married, but just stay married. So my advice is stay married.
Stay married. And if you get a supermodel, stay married. Just happen to fill in for Wendy Williams, and an agent will come up and say, I got big plans for you.
Getting back to what I was saying, I filled in for Wendy because I was a guest of hers. Okay. And every time I went in as a guest, I said to her producers and her, what do you want me to do? How do you do this here? And I became a Wendy favorite guest. And then when Wendy took a sabbatical, I was one of the first calls that they made. So, it was also being open, not having such rigid ideas as to what you should do walking into a situation. And this is how I do things.
Use your voice for good. What does that mean to you?
Using your voice for good, as the father of two 13-year-old girls, I just want to instill in them a general caring for others and not obsession with self. I think we live in a time, especially with these kids today, with their phones and their social media, that there's an obsession with self. I'm not faulting anyone. I just think it's how society is designed now. I see my daughters and how their phones and their online personas and what they're posting, and are they having fun? And it's not so much are they having fun themselves in their souls, but are they showing that they're having fun on their various social media platforms? And I think just thinking about others and not being obsessed with self, that's something that I try to be a proponent of.
I love it. I appreciate you spending this time with us. This was fun.
All that said, everyone, please follow me on Instagram.
Yeah. At Bill A. Fox29.
At Mr. Jerry OC. You can follow me on Yelp. I leave reviews for places.
There you go. So follow us. Just don't become obsessed with it because...
Oh, and send me a DM. Something crazy.
Goodbye.
You know, I'm not going to answer back, but I want to see it.
Guys, thank you so much for watching The Pulse. Once again, another fun episode with someone who shows you the difference between what you see on camera or what you think you know and who the actual person is. Jerry O'Connell was fun to talk to and kind of hear his experiences. I hope you liked it. I did. And remember that you can always hear the entire interview, all places where podcasts are available. Just hit subscribe to The Pulse with Bill Anderson. You'll get your notification. All past episodes are also available on YouTube. If you want to see some of the great guests that we've had in the past, again, just search for it on YouTube. And we'll be back to do it all again, same time next week. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up on social at Bill A. Fox29. And I leave you, as I always do, reminding you, whenever you can, use your voice for good and have a good one.